guys? This is the July 13th daily look ahead for July the 14th. I'm just going to run through the pairs quickly, kind of show you what I'm looking at, and just move up from there. So I'm just going to get rid of USD So I'm going to be using the FXCM, data feed just to be able to look to the left a little bit more. So you can see that we're obviously starting to interact with a demand level over to the left-hand side on the weekly, or at least a pause in the market that not necessarily a demand level, just a down move before an expansion up. So with that being said, obviously, we can suspect that there is a potential for a pullback play in the foreseeable future. So let's go back just for 2 seconds, and we're going to go like this, throw this guy on the daily demand, and let's go down to our 4 hour. Okay. Zoom in quickly. So as you can see, we're starting to get some bullish candles printed on the 4 hour. We've basically matched the low. Actually, I think we've just to say wick the low. So looking at lower time frame stuff, like ultimately, the 15-minute swing point is sort of sitting right in this level right here. And again, this is not a 4 hour swing structure point, at least the way that I see things. These are 15-minute swing points. Most recent break of structure is here. Really, until we see some form of an interaction here where we push through, I'm not really that interested in looking for counter trend moves, especially when they're against the higher time frame. So I'm just going to be sitting around waiting for this to essentially break. So if you wanted to set an alert, ideally you'd want to set an alert somewhere in here, possibly in here, to start looking for when this market is actually going to start pulling back. Let's go over to GU, see what's going on here. Drawings. So similar stuff. Let's go down into our weekly. Coming into the weekly low, might get some turbulence down in here, possibly get a pullback. It's kind of tough to say right this second. Let's jump down onto a daily, see if there's anything a little bit clearer. Yeah, so we're starting to, jump into sort of this region right here. And yeah, we can call partially mitigated daily demand to a certain degree, daily demand, and jump down onto the 4 hour. So again, 15-minute swing structure, very simple. Sitting right here, ideally we'd like to see 15-minute swing point go. The swing structure for the 4 hour, at least in my opinion, is it's this larger structural level right here that's been broken. So yeah, we would play into possibly these levels up here to potentially start moving down. Furthermore, we could start playing into some daily stuff and some higher time frame stuff depending on what the market sort of wants to do. So yeah, as it stands right now, I'm not super intrigued into looking for GU or EU trades. I feel like we're pretty overextended, and our rules state that we trade pro M15 trend only, and ultimately that would mean that this swing point would need to break beforehand. Obviously, we're not going to be able to get in at the most discounted prices, but we're not really looking to trade this long term. It's more of a counter trend move that we're looking to trade into weak levels. So AU, similar. Not even going to get into it. These aren't really areas that I'm particularly looking to trade personally. Same thing here. GJ has just been kind of screwing around a little bit, and I would say that, to be honest with you, I won't be surprised if we come into sort of this level right here, get a structural sweep of the highs, and then potentially see some sort of down move to this level down in here. We could play this into sort of this bearish order flow that's against the higher time frame structural lag. So yeah. This may end up being the lowest point in price right now to be able to sort of look for longs as well. But yeah, I'm definitely favoring sells for the time being up until, ideally we'd like to see this weak logo. That's kind of where I'm sitting at least. So I'd love to see this high sort of get induced. get people tricked into this, and then come down deeper into these levels down here. Is essentially what I'm looking for. Again, doesn't mean it's going to happen, but if and when it does, I'll know exactly what to look for. Actually, just going to set quick alert right here, and that's good. USD CAD. We're in limbo right now, kind of screwing around. Not really looking to trade in this level right this second, just based on the fact that we're reacting to the low, right? Excuse me, sorry about that. Yeah, we're reacting to the low. So in terms of 4-hour stuff, like I'm not really. Yeah, this is really messy PA, to be honest with you. Yeah, nothing for me to look at here, to be honest with you. I'll be chilling on that for a little bit. Euro GPY. Yeah, so ideally we would love to see something happen along the lines of breaking this low. We could very easily be starting to pull back. We could starting to align with sort of like the higher time frame bullish trend here. I mean, we had a swing structure break right here. Swing structure low, takes liquidity, comes into this level. Like ideally, I'd like to see this come down deeper, to be honest with you, before we really start looking for longs. Doesn't mean that they're not available. I would probably just keep riding this train until we essentially hit something in here a little bit more in that discounted portion of the leg. And this is also like the decisional for this entire break right here, that this is not mitigated whatsoever. So just stuff to be mindful of moving forward. So I was just have a quick peek on the 4-hour. Like I said, there's nothing super clear right this second. You'd be trading from a weak level here by taking sells, at least the way that I view things, potentially reacting to the low, possibly coming up into deeper portions. Now, obviously, anything can happen. But yeah, ideally, I would love to see, if I was going to look, there would need to be something substantial sort of happen. Right now, we've got equals resting like this. If we saw something like this, came back up, and then possibly come down, taking out this last bit of liquidity into this zone up here. But yeah, that's basically it for the daily look ahead. Not a whole lot of clarity, to be honest with you. The one I'm still most interested in would probably be this GJ sort of pair. As things develop a little bit further, we might be able to start looking at intraday plays right here, depending on how things frame up. But yeah, for the time being, the highest probability setup is going to happen once this high essentially gets taken, that sweep, and then possibly take this into new lows. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow.